Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Thursday, March 7th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have the challenging case of the Pisces with the Stranglin scarf. We have 3 4x4 grids with suspects and weapons, suspects and locations, and weapons and locations. We do have a final murder clue today. The body was at the lodge, so that we know our where is the lodge, and we can go ahead and set that there. So now it's up to us to use these clues in our grid to solve the who and the how. So let's go ahead and check out our suspects. We've got Mixed Tangerine, the Amazing Aurelian, President Amaranth, and Baron Maroon. We have a flare gun, a Stranglin scarf, a ski pole, and an ice axe, and the woods, a bar in town, the slopes, and the lodge. Alright, let's dive into our clues and evidence. Whoever was in a bar in town was right-handed. So we know for our suspects, we are looking for right-handed folks. We've got left-handed, left-handed, right-handed, and right-handed. Okay, so it could be either President Amaranth or Baron Maroon that were in the bar in town. So I believe that's this icon here. So I'm going to just put question marks here for both of them. We know it must be one of them in this location, and we know that Mixed Tangerine and the Amazing Aurelian cannot be in this location. Let's go ahead and cross this off and move on to our second clue. A Stranglin scarf was certainly not on the slopes. Okay, so for this we're going to go to the intersection of weapons and locations, and we've got the Stranglin scarf and the slopes, so we can make an X here. Cross that off. Either President Amaranth brought an ice axe or the Amazing Aurelian was within a grove of pine trees. For either or questions, I typically like to save these to the end. We'll often have more information and can solve them more easily. Otherwise, they can be pretty tricky and can get stuck. So let's go ahead and skip clue 3. Move to clue 4. A Pisces had the Stranglin scarf. Classic Pisces. So let's go ahead, we'll flip through our suspects again. We see that Mixed Tangerine is a Pisces. The Amazing Aurelian is an Aries, President Amaranth is a Gemini, and Baron Maroon is a Scorpio. So that means that we have Mixed Tangerine with the Stranglin scarf. So we'll go ahead and mark in that Mixed Tangerine did not have any of the other weapons and that none of the other suspects had the Stranglin scarf. Alright, we'll go ahead and cross off the 4th clue. Alright, for the 5th clue, a ski pole was certainly not in a bar in town. Alright, so again, we're kind of doing the same thing we did with this scarf. We're going to find ski pole and bar in town, and we mark that it was not there. Because we know a few other things here, I believe we might be able to say a few more things. Actually, not yet, because we still have to see which of these two is in the bar in town before we say one of them did not have the ski pole. But we do know that one of these two will not be able to have the ski pole. Let's see. So let's go ahead and cross that off for now. Oh, the other thing we do have though is because we know that Mixed Tangerine has this scarf and is left-handed and therefore cannot be in the bar in town, we can also say not only do we know the scarf was not on the slopes, the scarf and Mixed Tangerine were not in the bar in town, so we can mark those off as well. Okay. The Amazing Aurelian had a weapon made of wood. Let's look at our weapons. Alright, flare gun made of metal, made of cotton, made of metal, and made of metal and wood. So we're looking at an ice axe for the Amazing Aurelian. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then we also know that the ice axe was not at the bar in town. So this opens up a lot more information about the weapons and locations actually. We now know that Baron Maroon must have had the flare gun and must have been our suspect in the bar in town, because that was the only box left in this column, and it aligns with Baron Maroon and the flare gun. So we can go ahead and make that point there and put that in as well. Okay. That also then means that Baron Maroon must have had the ski pole and was not in the bar in town, but I think that's all the information we have about the locations for now. So we know that Mixed Tangerine had the Stranglin scarf and was either in a grove of trees in the woods or in the lodge. Yes, okay, so one of these two. And I believe that's it for now. The others will be between one of these two suspects. Let's see, we've got Baron Maroon and the Amazing Aurelian will have to be on the slopes, I believe, to be able to accommodate this. So we'll see how that shakes out. All right. So Amazing Aurelian had a weapon made of wood. That gives a lot of information. This fingerprint was, let's see, I forgot what it said, but let's find the fingerprint. Okay, we've got Baron Maroon on a ski pole. We actually already knew that, but still good to have. Okay, so now let's go back to the either or clue that we had up here. Either President Amaranth brought an ice axe, which we know is not true, so that's false, or the Amazing Aurelian was within a grove of pine trees. Aha, okay, so the grove of pine trees, that is going to be, I believe, the woods. Yes, and you can see the dark pine forest. So if the Amazing Aurelian was in the forest or the grove of pine trees, that then tells us the location for Mixed Tangerine with the strangling scarf in the lodge. And I believe this will give us our solve, but let's keep going for a moment just to be sure. Oh boy. Let's see, what do we have? We know Mixed Tangerine was in the lodge. Okay, Amazing Aurelian in the grove of trees. Okay, cool. And then slopes. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I love filling out the grid so much that I didn't even acknowledge when I solved the murder a few seconds ago, or maybe almost a minute ago. But because we knew that the murder took place in the lodge, as soon as we were able to identify that let's see, the Amazing Aurelian was in the grove of trees, which was one of the two available spots for Mixed Tangerine. That forced then Mixed Tangerine to be in the lodge with the strangling scarf. So we can go ahead and make our accusation of Mixed Tangerine with the strangling scarf, and of course in the lodge. We do have our beautiful grid. I wish I somehow got bonus points for that, but I know I don't, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and make our accusation and see if we were right with Mixed Tangerine, a strangling scarf in the lodge. And we were right. Awesome. Thanks so much for playing along, and I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and I hope we'll see you tomorrow.